Good evening, friends. I'm Matt from theshavingcadre.com. I'm going to be doing some honing tonight. I'm going to be bevel setting and honing a full J-Nat progression on a Jernbolaget Swedish razor. I recently spent some time restoring this razor over the weekend, and I ended up putting some spalted maple scales on it and a CA finish on the scales, and I figured it's time to go ahead and get it honed up already. Yesterday I received a set of new J-Nats, Japanese natural stones, including an Azuko, which I'm really excited to run through its paces, and a bunch of Nagura. So I'm going to go ahead and set the bevel on this razor real quick, and then I will go ahead and take my time moving through the progression of J-Nats. So let me get a little tea, and we will get started. Now, I've said before, I am no professional when it comes to J-Nats. I've honed a whole lot of razors as far all the way through bevel set and finish on other stones, but the J-Nats are definitely new territory for me. I'm just trying to get a baseline to see where this razor's at with those strokes. I can tell we're not hitting in the middle. It looks like I'll need to take a little bit off the heel, and that's all right. And my preferred method is the Bur method, and actually, surprisingly, it's coming together pretty quick. I mean, this is pretty hard Swedish steel, but I'm already feeling a burr on most of the edge. I may reprofile just a hair on this heel, but really it's not too bad. I'm going to do another 50 half strokes and some circles, and then we'll see where we're at. All right, let's see where we are. All right, I've got a solid burr pretty much straight up through the middle of the blade. I'm still missing a little bit. I'm feeling a small burr now, kind of toward the heel. I'm going to give it another 50 just to make sure we're good. And I can tell that heel has just a hair of a hook, just a little, well, it's kind of hard for you to see. It's just a little higher right here at the shoulder than it is right here. So I'm probably going to end up reprofiling this a little bit. But I'm going to go, and that's why you're seeing steel being removed right here when it's touching the stone. So I'll go ahead and keep going. so that's another 50. And there it is. Got a burr pretty much up and down. Now I'm missing a spot right here. And I'm getting real close. I do not see a full bevel on the spine here on the opposite side. So we're going to give it just a little bit more. I don't think it needs much. Okay, that was another 50. Now I'm feeling a solid burr. Awesome. All right, so I've got a solid burr now running the length of the edge. And we're going to flip it over, and I think we're probably going to take it. Oh yeah, I can see it. You can see a bevel. Not that you guys can see it in this video, but there's a good solid bevel now, up and down. And we're going to go ahead and bring a burr up on the other side. So we're probably going to need about 100 laps here. I can already tell that this blade has a little bit of a warp to it because it's not laying totally flat. So I'm going to use a little bit of pressure, and we're going to have to use rolling X strokes to make sure we get the toe and the heel on this one. So all right, now I raised a burr on the opposite side with about 200 half strokes. I just did 100. But I'm feeling a solid burr, a visible burr actually, you can even see it, up and down. The edge. So I'm going to go ahead and just switch to reducing my half strokes, reducing that burr, and I will continue to do the progression now that I have the burr on both sides, or I've done the burr on both sides. Now again, this is not the only way to set a bevel. This is a bevel set process that works well for me. Some people wouldn't want to do that on one of their blades. Some people like to tape their blades. Some people like to be more gentle. I like to have a good sharp edge that shaves. And this is my process that works well for me. So that's what we're going to do. So, all right. All right, 50. And 50. Yep, just being sure that I have a solid burr running the length of the blade. Actually, I missed a little on the heel, so I'm going to go back, do just a hair more. Okay. There it is. Okay. Looks good. We're going to do a few more X strokes, actually several more, to go ahead and make sure that we get it all the way up and down the blade. But yeah, everything looks good. Definitely it's got a warp to one side. Need to do a rolling X stroke for the return stroke. Looks like it's warped to the face side. Go ahead and clean a little slurry off. Doing a little bit of pressure. I'll be lightening this up even more as we go along. And now I'm going to go ahead and lighten up my X strokes. And I'll go ahead and refine this on my Naniwa 5K. Speaking of which, this is a Naniwa 1K Superstone. The stone's really starting to give me up a lot of resistance now. So I know I'm just about done. Okay, I'm going to call it with the 1K, and I'm going to do a bevel check with, I'm going to do the tomato test. That's my favorite. So I saw Lynn Abrams do this back a long time ago. Cutting the tomato, no problem. No need for pressure. Good to go. And I get a little snack in the middle of honing. All right, I'm going to do just a few more passes. And then I'll proceed to the 5K. And then from there, part 2 of these videos, I'll go ahead and be honing the rest of this on my JNAT set. And since I have some time this evening, and this is a new set to me, I'm really going to take my time and make it work right. I honed a razor last night and shaved with it, and I'm not sure if I went a little too heavy on the slurry. I think I may have with the I think I made the slurry a little bit too thick for the Tomo, and I may have finished on a thicker slurry than I needed. And so the shave happened, and it wasn't a bad shave, but it was definitely it's kind of grabby. It wasn't a comfortable shave. So okay, let's go ahead and sub in the 5K. Like I said before in previous videos, this is kind of more of a free-form journal for me. And if other people learn something from watching me hone, whether it's how not to hone, or how to hone, or tips that I've heard from people that are giving me advice, it'll be a success. So, all right. Now I know I'm kind of going a little bit backwards. I'm doing the 5K, which, you know, this Naniwa could be viewed as a, you know, a 3 to 5K by some people. I've heard say it's lower. Anyway, I am doing a little bit of back work whenever I go to this Naniwa 5K, and then I go to the Botan from here, because I know the Botan's supposedly somewhere between 3 and could be up to 5K, even though those grit ratings don't really supposedly matter too much, according to Keith and a few other people that I've listened to on the matter. Not really using a ton of pressure, just a little bit here and there. But yeah, you don't want to skimp on your mid-range. I mean, you can get a good bevel set, skimp on your mid-range, and then go into your finishing, like I did last night, and either ham it up with either too much pressure or too much slurry at finish, or you end up with scratches that you're just polishing that you didn't remove at your mid-range work. And so that's why it's important. I mean, even this 5K here, I mean, it's removing scratches that were from the 1K. And we're going to make sure that those scratches are good and gone. And then, yeah, the Botan's going to add some, but they're not going to be near as deep as what was from that 1K. And this is about standard for me, how long it takes to set bevel and go through about 5K. I'm at about 21 minutes, 22 minutes on my clock right now. And the stone is feeling pretty sticky. Probably going to do another, close to 50 laps just to make sure we're where we should be. Trying to lighten up as I go. The blade is really plowing the water just fine. It's looking good, undercutting the water. It's pushing it real well. It's slowing down on the surface of the stone, meaning that bevel is coming really close to in contact with that stone. Rather, the apex of the blade is forming up to the particles of the stone. So it's wanting to stick and slow down on me. Like I said, I am doing a rolling X stroke pretty much on both sides to compensate for the warp. Add a little bit more water. You know, I was scrolling YouTube and I saw these videos starting to pop up called, I think it's called ASMR. I don't know exactly what it stands for. I actually read it, what it stands for. I think it's audio sensory something, where people like to listen to like a calming sound, like for some people it could be you know, someone taking apart a stereo or a watch or something along those lines, or some people it's even chopping wood or people eating. And I was thinking to myself, well, I mean, what more is ASMR, or whatever that means, calming sound, rhythmic sound, than the sound of metal on a stone? It's calming and zen-like. I'm not some yogi or anything like that. I don't know a whole lot about relaxation, but this is it right here for me. Alright guys, I think I'm going to call it there, and we're going to end this video, and I will come back and finish this razor on the J-Nats, and hopefully do a bang-up job. The bevel on this looks fantastic, nice and shiny, and I'm looking forward to turning it cloudy and beautiful. So, I will catch you guys in the next video, and if you have not, please like and subscribe, and you can see my other honing videos and my shaving videos. So I'll go ahead and hone this. Hopefully I can finish it up. I should finish it up tonight, and I'll probably shave with it before I go to bed. So there you go, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye.